Good afternoon. First of all, congratulations. It's just past 3, it's day 2, you've made it. We're almost through, so well done. I'm with you on that. I'm James Waite. I'm going to talk about talent and technology. I'm going to talk about the future of finding work in the digital age. And it's really about how technology can help you find your next job in the right way. Now, and also do it much faster than it's ever done it before. Now, I need your help. What I do want to ask you is, who would rather spend hours and hours, maybe weeks, months, searching online for your next job, or rather have the job come to you? I think that's almost a silly question, and I'm going to show you how new technology can actually help you give access to your career path. And also, just one thing, a kind of show of hands, how many among you have a job, have a salary, and get paid at the end of the month? Just a quick show of the hands. So yeah, you're my audience. You're the guys I really want to show how this can really help you. And also talk about you as a valuable person, you as a valuable asset for organizations. Now, what kind of technologies are we actually talking about? Now, blockchain, yes, maybe. We're seeing that being used more and more often these days in the areas of identity management, document verification, document orchestration, but not Bitcoin. And I would say Bitcoin is not the currency that we find valuable within this workspace. Our real currency is the talent that you have. And I'd say the skills, the expertise, your social skills, your competency, these are the things that are really valuable. And how often have you heard companies say we're a people-powered business and that our best asset is our people? Well, that's you. And you don't need to take my word for it. You can listen to someone like this guy. He'll say, you are my new currency. They run ads, but basically you watch them, you pay for goods, and it's not really about commoditizing that. It's really about how you apply your skills to an organization and let them know that you're the right person for the right job. Now, the way a lot of organizations are doing this at the moment is they're sending out a lot of job adverts, and your inbox is getting more and more full with basically spam. I think we're all familiar with this. You probably get a lot of job offers each week. A lot of them end up in your spam folder. Now, we want to change that, and technology is doing that. We're already using that for dating. We're finding our partners online, and actually, we can find our work online. It was meant to be. I like Gibbs Hybrid. We're meant for each other. So if anyone's got a Tinder for jobs, let me know. I'd like to be on that. So what's behind all of this for finding work? Our first stop is virtual assistants, or internet bots as they're called. And they are everywhere. And they're revolutionizing the world of work today, tomorrow, and forever. We're seeing more and more specialized bots in the talent acquisition and in the talent management space. And they're doing things like job advertising, referencing, scheduling interviews. There are organizations out there, recruitment agencies, who have whole armies of people, probably more people in this room, scheduling interviews, humans doing it. That's boring, it's repetitive, it's costly. So they're being replaced by internet bots. Document orchestration. All of your university degrees, your identity management papers, all of those are being managed by bots. Congratulations, here's the job offer. Just sign it. Has anyone printed out a job offer recently? It's usually all electronically done through DocuSign or other e-signature documents. Now they're taking over all of the manual repetitive tasks, but it really only comes alive with machine learning. An internet bot is only as good as it's programmed by the human to work with another human. What really makes a difference is machine learning. And in that way, the bot is learning more and more. It's looking at algorithms, it's looking at huge amounts of data, and it's analyzing and comprehending that information to help make better decisions. Much better decisions than a human recruiter would ever make, and much faster. And that's to your benefit and to the benefit of the company that wants to hire you for the right job. Now, there's a kind of dark side maybe here that, 21st century in 4 words, we have more algorithms, less humans. But I'd say, that just means we're not going to be doing boring work. We're going to be focused on really, really interesting things to do. And one of the things that is convenient for us and helps with our productivity is like video conferencing tools. And we're seeing within the recruitment space and the talent acquisition space the rise of the video interview. This means you don't have to get on that plane, you don't have to get on that train, you don't incur expenses, it doesn't take you all day to do that interview, you do it for 1 hour, 2 hours, whatever it is. Now, okay, that's technology. You are able to speak with a human, that's fantastic. But what's even better is that these can be recorded, they will be recorded. And so if you think you've done an interview and you've said certain things that you really want the interviewer, the hiring manager to remember, it can be recorded on the video. The transcript is there for them to see. If you want to emphasize your skills, it's there, word for word. They don't have to forget about that, it's there. So it actually enhances the whole experience. It makes the record of your interview much more reliable. Now, video interviewing is only one part of the equation. Believe it or not, these are all the latest technologies that are either startups or building their platforms, building their services within the human resources and the talent acquisition space. Over 100 different logos there. You'll be really pleased to hear I'm not going to go through each one of them. The guys will throw me off the stage if I did that. But we are actually working with some of these people in building solutions for the problems that we have. So how do you make sense of it all? And I kind of just answered my own question there. You build a platform. If we go back to here, we've got so many different solutions. Where do you start? You have to start by saying, what are my core needs? What kind of platform do I want? And then what kind of solutions do I think I want to put onto that platform? That's what we're doing at Gibbs Hybrid. We're using a standard process called Platform as a Service. The development tools, the operating solutions, and you can see there where it fits within the whole architecture. You have infrastructure. That might be Azure, it might be AWS. The platform is built on it, and then our software is then applied to the platform so that we can consume the services. Now, at Gibbs Hybrid, our platform, we're calling it Gig Buddy, and it's really about matching talent to work and doing it very quickly and automatically through artificial intelligence, machine learning, algorithms, etc. It stands for Business Platform for Unified Development and Integration. And the gig, if you're not familiar with that term, a gig is a project. It's really, you might have heard of the gig economy. More and more people are working in temporary labor, both white collar and blue collar. But you're hired for that. Often it's digital and it's work on demand. I think more of us are getting involved in that kind of architecture. So if you take a closer look at what we mean by Buddy as a platform, these are the kind of services, the kind of solutions that we're looking at. It's unified development for microservices, service integration, messaging is there, and at the bottom you can see the kind of integrations that we're working on, and these are HR solutions, Salesforce, vendor management solutions for large programs, and we're looking at applicant tracking solutions and candidate relationship management solutions as well. And also the big guys like SAP, their ERP solution to make sure everybody gets paid on time. Okay, and on the right-hand side, we're looking at, in the longer term, we're looking at machine learning integration and Hyperledger. Very, very interesting innovations within Hyperledger. So front end, can't show you right now, we're demoing it, but it's really that simple. If you're a talented person, if you're a person looking for your next gig or your next work, you want to find a developer job, you want to find an architecture job, you want to find a project management role within a technical environment. It's really that simple. We want to get you to the work as quickly as possible. And then once we tee you up, it's kind of, we generate the talent pipeline, nurture you, making sure that you stay warm, making sure that artificial intelligence uses that sourcing in order to kind of say, these are the people who are best fitted for the work that needs to be done. On the client side, it's a little bit more complicated, because you may not know, but they have a lot of stuff to do before you can get into the building and start working for them. Their work order, there's lots of cost involved in that. There are project codes, there are purchase orders. That all needs to be integrated with their back office and middle office solutions. We need to score the applicant and make sure that score is meaningful with other applicants. Scheduling interviews, as I mentioned earlier. Offer and contract management, all electronically based. Background checks can be quite onerous. You want to do that right, you want to do it quickly, and you want to do it in compliance with data privacy rules as well. So a practical application, this is one of the kind of architectures that we have at the moment. There are some logos on here. We're partnering with a strategic applicant tracking solution called Ascendify. They're a startup in Silicon Valley. They've been around for maybe 3-4 years. There's a lot of good talent acquisition and talent management IP in that solution that we're using, along with Broadbean, which handles the marketing. One of the keys to our success is our chatbot. And our chatbot knows how to talk to people, knows how to get the right information from them in the right way, and then pushes that information back both to the applicant tracking solution and also our social candidate relationship management tool called Candidate ID. Now, on the platform, Candidate ID is not looking at skills, and it's not looking at your competences. It's looking at how social you are and how motivated you are. And it's looking about the best fit for the energy, your awareness. Are you getting hire ready, or are you just fishing for a job in 6 months' time? These tools really help organizations not to call you when you're not looking for a job. That also helps them to call you 2 or 3 days into the process where you go, hey, you know, maybe I need to find a new role. And that targeting and that funneling is very, very, very clever indeed. So again, another scenario here, practical scenario, is screening. So for a lot of clients, if let's say in London, you're looking for a Java developer, financial services skills, you'll get 100, maybe 200 CVs. So who do we call first? GigBuddy helps answer that question. It does it by screening on the portal, upload your CV. Maybe you've already got your career profile set up within GigBuddy. We use that. We'll ask you some simple questions via the screen bot. You're not talking to a human here. It's very non-intrusive. It's, hey, how are you? I'd like to ask you a couple of questions. What's your ideal job? Where would you like to work? What kind of salary are you looking for? And typically in the past, these are the kind of questions that you would get through a cold call from a recruiter. That's a thing of the past. And that's really good news for recruiters. You might think they're out of work, but no, they're actually able to focus on, out of those 100 or 200 developers who've submitted their resume, they're able to focus on the top 10%. The 5 or the 10 who are hire ready, who have the right skills, they want to work in that area, the salary is right, etc. Rest of the platform, we do need to connect to stuff. That's why we have an API form, and that will hook back data to the client as and when they need it. They may have an HR solution that we integrate with, but the message here is for the recruiters and the hiring managers, who do we call first, and how do we make sure that's the right person to call, and to do that very, very quickly. Now, I'd like to just kind of summarize what we're talking about here, talent acquisition and talent management. The 4 key components here, attract and engage. And we're doing that with talent communities. You saw like a mock-up of GigBuddy. That will be launched at the end of June. And we're segmenting that either for individual clients or individual work types. So either architecture roles, or agile scrum masters, or financial services, or pharma resources. Assess and select. Assess and select is a very important part of the applicant tracking solution. It's really about matching and also getting employee referrals. Within the portal, within your kind of profile, you can ask people to recommend you and also to score you. One of the key things would be, say, communication skills for a project management role. Is James a good communicator? Is he good at presenting to a large audience? Don't answer that. Now, it might come back 3 out of 5, it might come back 4 out of 5, but then I know I've got some work to do if I've got a score that's lower than I want it to be, wanted to get me my next ideal role. Very important for our clients in access to talent management, grow and develop. And I've been on the floor yesterday and this morning, and I've been pleasantly surprised by the number of people who are looking for talent management solutions. And they're either a fast-growing company or they already have large teams, and they're not sure how those teams are being managed. They're not sure how they're performing. And certainly our talent management piece can assist with that. It's about leadership development, looking at a talent marketplace. It means instead of your organization going out to job boards and advertising a role, they're actually looking at the talent they have already within their workforce and seeing how they can best use it. And I think that kind of really helps an organization become a high-performing organization, that they make the best of that talent, and it also helps to retain the talent as well. The most costly thing that can happen during a recruitment process and during a career is that you leave early. You join an organization, you leave within a year, you leave within 18 months. That's a fail for the company because that whole process costs them a lot of money. And they don't like that. And what they would rather do is that you develop your career with them, find the right role within your organization, retain you, retain your skills, and do so over the longer term. Our product is really focused on that. Final piece is really about predict and plan. So many times I've gone to a client site and I've asked them, so how many people are working in this project area? How many contractors do you have on site? And they just go, I don't know. I don't have the head count. I don't know how to get that data. So GigBuddy will help connect to platforms that the client may have or the process to get that data for them and say, listen, you have 300 contractors working across these 30 different projects, and you have gaps. You have gaps within these projects. You have risk within your projects because of that. And organizations that say, for example, are going through transformational change, they want to change their business model or they want to launch new products. Without the right talent, that's a very dangerous thing to do. So again, GigBuddy can say, look, your planning needs to improve. These are the key areas you need to fix. You also have the people today, but what about tomorrow? And what about the leaders of tomorrow? Succession planning is very important. And of course, all of that, I haven't talked about it in detail, running out of time, but analytics. Data is king, reporting on that is king, everything you need to know there. So technology platforms, last message, will transform, automate, and optimize how the right talent is matched to the right work. So thank you so much for that. I really enjoyed that. Thank you.